What is your perspective on the overall challenges and opportunities in the shipping industry in your field of expertise, bearing in mind the economic and geopolitical circumstances right now?
That's a tricky question that can be responded to in very many different ways. If you ask me that question, I think like with everybody 3 months ago, of course I would talk about pandemic. I would talk about COVID, I would talk about challenges, crew changes, seafarers, unprecedented developments when it comes to shipping market, congestion here and the impact on supply chains. But I think when we were just thinking we are out of pandemic, 24th of February happened, Russia attacked Ukraine, and I don't think we are yet able to fully understand the scale of the challenge. Because one thing is clear, there's a war going on in Europe, and there's a huge humanitarian crisis, there's a huge political challenge for all the countries involved, and shipping, which is the linking element, which is the part of economy that thrives in times of peace, will need to find its way in that situation as well. I would like to say that a lot of shipping companies are doing a lot to assist Ukrainian seafarers, their families, and I applaud them for this. But I think we cannot underestimate how important it is for the war to be over, for Ukraine to be independent, because trade doesn't function in times of war. You can have short-term gains, but for long-term stability, for long-term development of shipping, we need the peace to be back.
Can you actually see any opportunities stemming from this crisis right now?
Again, tricky question. When we are talking now, there are discussions in the European Union about the next sanctions package. One thing on the table, very clearly, is should we stop importing oil from Russia? If decision is taken to stop imports from Russia, there will need to be other markets, because we will not be able to phase out using oil completely. If those markets are further away, Greek ship owners, being one of the leaders in tanker business, they will certainly have more business and more money to make. But again, I think we should be very careful not to look at war through the lens of opportunities.
It's been 2 years since Capital Link held an event here, an in-person event in Athens. Now we are back, and I would just like to ask you to share your thoughts about what it feels like networking and attending such an event in Athens.
Great relief, because even though we mastered talking through Zoom, and we've had some super interesting panels with Capital Link through Zoom, nothing beats the possibility of seeing people face to face. And unfortunately, one thing that you cannot do through Zoom is to have talks before and after the panel. And then nothing beats the opportunity to find out how we can work better together to make sure that shipping works well and that shipping is safe, sustainable, and good, functioning well in this complicated world of ours.